All right, I'm going to share my 2025 Recession Warrior Fitness Challenge. Because in 2025, we're all together. All right, this is a team effort. We're all broke as fuck. Um, and I'm going to show you my current workout routine. Um, well, this is my temporary workout routine because my gym is temporarily closed right now. So this is actually my real routine that I'm currently doing for this month, and I wanted to share it with you guys because I think it's a really good routine, especially for 2025. We're going into a deep recession. Everyone's broke, and this is a financially friendly workout routine that I want to share with you. So, as you can see in this photo, this is gonna be you right here. All right, I want you to visualize. If you're overweight and stuff, visualize that. This guy right here. Even though he's like, not, he doesn't look like Sam Sulek or whatever. He doesn't look like Arnold during the prime. He's still a fit gentleman, and you can see behind him. All the stores are closing, and this is a reflection of like the mall right now. Because if you go, I don't know about you, but if you go to the mall, everything's closing. Like, I don't know. Best Buy is always empty. I don't even know how Best Buy is in business. But anyways, that's a different topic. All right, this guy's doing pull-ups at a park, at a little small park with a patch of grass and everything. This is you. Everything behind you or around you, it's chaos. It's depressing. But no matter what is on fire and no matter what's going on around you, you can still be doing pull-ups and getting fit. All right, and I'm gonna show you how. All right, this is my basic routine. As you could see, it's simple to understand. It's only one page. It's one page. I dropped out of college. I'm not gonna write a bunch of documents and stuff for you. I'm gonna keep it simple. Because during a recession, guess what? Not only are you financially broke, time is of the essence, and time is money. And during a recession, you can't spend money, and if you can't spend money, you also can't spend time. So I kept this really simple for you. All right, these are the workouts. These are the minimum daily goals for every single day during the 2025 Recession Warrior Fitness Challenge. So the first thing is 4K steps. It doesn't matter if you want to walk this or run it or a combination of both. This is a flexible schedule. This is going to be from anyone who is very, very overweight or just average. Do what you feel is right for you and what is enjoyable, but also ensure that you're being active. So 4K steps is about 2 miles, which isn't too bad. Obviously, this is the minimum goal. If you want to run more than that, that's great. But I think setting small goals will lead to bigger accomplishments because it's all about establishing the habit. So if you're not walking at all every day, start off with 4K steps. You could do this on the treadmill. You could do this outside. You could jog it, walk it, run it. It doesn't matter. If you have a phone, every phone has a tracker. My iPhone has a default health app that does track my steps, and that's what I use. But if you have an Android or something, I'm sure they have their own version of that, or you could check the App Store. But every phone is capable of tracking your steps. So, just figure that out, and then, or you could just track the distance on Google Maps and, kind of estimate that way. But minimum is get your minimum 4K steps in every single day. The next one, simple, 100 push-ups. I did 100 push-ups today. I actually did this whole routine today, by the way. So I'm not just making this up and telling you to do it while me being a hypocrite. I'm not doing it. I actually did everything listed here today, and I'm going to do it tomorrow and the day after that. All right. Anyways, back to the workout routine. Number 2 is 100 push-ups. This is, for most people, it's not that hard, but I get it. If you haven't been working out at all, it could be challenging. But there are ways around this. If you're struggling with your push-ups, you can still get to 100. Don't just do 10 and then give up and say, oh, 10 is enough or 20 is enough. That's not enough. At least do 100 push-ups every single day. There are variations that you could do. If you're overweight, you could put your knee. All right, hold on. Pretend this envelope is the floor. Okay, this is your knee. You could put your knee right. Okay, I can't. You know what? This is a terrible, terrible video. All right, you could use your knees to assist your push-ups, because usually when you do a push-up, you're on your toes. But if you just go on your knees, it's gonna alleviate some of your weight, and it's gonna be easier for you to push up against gravity. So just use your knee and then do 100 that way. And if it's a little too easy, maybe do 50 with your knees on the floor, and then for the other 50, you just do regular push-ups. Hopefully I could find knee push-ups. All right, yeah, here you go. Here's a picture. All right, you just use your knees like that. That's self-explanatory. Just do this for like the reps that you struggle with, and then if you get better over time, just do regular push-ups. 100 body squats. So basically, you just stand and you just squat. I'll just show you now, so it's not too hard to picture in your head. You can either jump up off the floor, but if you're too heavy, just keep your feet on the ground. It's not that hard, just boom. I'm like a frog. Pretend you're a frog. But if you're too heavy, you don't have to jump, but you get it. Just do that 100 times. 100 times. And if you want more of a challenge, just do more reps, but the minimum is 100. Remember, this is about developing a habit and making it a daily habit every single day, so that you don't have to feel like it's a chore, but rather it is an innate habit you do every single day. I'm not gonna lie, those squats, I'm so fat, those squats kind of got to me. Whew. All right. After that, 15 minutes of basic stretching. Now, stretching should be enjoyable. Don't be timing yourself. Like, what I don't want you to do is set like a 15-minute timer on your phone and then stretch, and then in your head you're just like, oh, I can't wait till this 15 minutes is over. No, the 15 minutes should just be like a general estimation. But when you're stretching, you should just focus on what you feel in the moment. Like, oh, okay, if my back hurts, I should just do this stretch, or if my legs are tight, I should do this certain stretch, or do hold a lunge, or like do a hip flexor stretch, and then just focus on alleviating any tightness in your body, and forget about the time. Just make sure at the end of your stretch you feel better. And there's just pick out stretching routines online and do it that way. But to give you an estimation of how long all of this takes, this might take you an hour or more, because, for example, the 2-mile walk, if you're just walking, that could be easy, like 20-30 minutes, right? Well, that's if you run. Like, for example, walking a mile, like on a leisurely pace, could easily be 20 minutes, honestly. If you jog a mile, you could knock it out in less than 10, but if you're walking, you kind of double it, 15 to 20 minutes. So so in 2 miles, if you walk, it could be about 40 minutes, realistically. And if you're a fast walker, even better, but, it could be 40 minutes. And then your push-ups, if you rest a minute in between, like every 25 reps, that could be like 20 minutes. So give yourself a decent amount of time to finish all of this. There's no rush. This could be easily 2 hours worth of activity. And that's the basic 5 workouts that you should be doing during the 2025 recession, if you haven't been working out. Now, if you're watching this and you're like, I could do this in my bed, in my sleep, then this isn't for you. This is for people that are transitioning into a new stage of their life. Maybe they got laid off and they're fat. I don't know. Or maybe they just need a change. But I think this is a good starting point, and I'm sharing it with you. So diet. Diet is pretty complicated because everyone eats. Oh man, I ate like a piece of chip, and it went up my throat, and that's why I coughed. All right, diet. Everyone eats differently. Everyone has a different eating habit. Everyone's body is different, so I don't want to dive too deep in here. I don't want to give diet advice, because I think diet is very subjective. Some people could get away with eating certain things and get fit. Other people are a lot more sensitive to certain things. For example, I'm very sensitive to anything that has starch or wheat, and if I eat bread or white rice, I'm gonna get inflamed. I'm gonna retain a lot of water, and I'm gonna gain a lot of weight fast. And so that, for me, a keto diet or a low carb diet would be very beneficial. But for some people, they don't even eat at all. And if I tell them, hey, don't eat bread or don't eat this, it's going to be counterproductive to their fitness journey. So I'm not going to give any advice, any hardcore diet routine or whatever, because everyone's different. But what I will say is you should be drinking at least 64 ounces of water. This is actually less than the recommended amount for the average male out there. But surprisingly, a lot of people aren't drinking enough water. If you notice, if you go to work or you look around the office or wherever you go, often people aren't going to refill their water bottles, or you don't even see them drink water throughout the whole day, and you wonder, like, how are you staying hydrated? Their pee is probably the color of Gatorade. But anyways, drinking water is like essential to starting your fitness journey. Everything else actually is under staying hydrated. Like, staying hydrated should be the number one thing, or almost the number one thing. Your body's made up of like 80% water, and when you work out and build muscle, your muscles require water. Your brain requires water to function correctly. Basically, if you're not drinking enough water, you're not giving your body like the number one thing it needs to survive. So, to prove my point, this is a 40 ounce, what do you call this? Like, cup. And I drink at least 3 of these every single day. That's a minimum. That is not the average. I probably drink like 5 of them. I drink like 200 ounces of water every day. I'm not even joking. If you're not drinking at least 2 of these, you're very dehydrated, and I would encourage you to drink more water this year, especially because not only it's free, it's literally free if you filter your water from the tap water in your sink, but it's cheap. If you go to a grocery store, you can get filtered water, like a 2-gallon, 5-gallon thing for like $1.50 or something. You don't need to get Fiji water or Smart Water. Don't do that. This is a recession, all right? If you spend $5 on Smart Water or Fiji water, unsubscribe. No, I'm sorry. Unsubscribe. I don't want to talk to you. Drink the tap water. Save your money. Drink water. Don't do that. Oh, I don't like water. I want to flavor it. I want to put Crystal Light. No, dude, that's why you're broke. You keep buying stupid shit you don't need. Just drink water. Anyways, I hope you got the point. You gotta drink water. All right, we gotta wrap this up. I can't believe I've been talking for 15 minutes, man. All right, miscellaneous. All right. I took a cold shower for like the last 2 days and it felt amazing. All right. There are countless benefits to cold showers. But, just don't overthink it, because I did a deep dive into cold showers, and there is a community out there that's a little culty. They're a little too obsessed with this cold shower thing. They think it's the answer to everything. It's not. But there are a lot of benefits. Cold showers will increase your immune system. It is very good for your skin. And it's very good for muscle recovery. It's good for stress, and it's good for depression. It sucks when you first turn it on, but your body will quickly adjust, and then you will realize, like, after the cold shower, you do feel better. Like, in all aspects, you feel better. But there's a trick that people won't tell you. When you're new to this, don't just go in and turn on the cold water. That sucks. That's not gonna work. That's essentially like if you haven't ran in a long time and then you decide to sprint down the block. It's not good. You're gonna do it once, but then you're not gonna want to do it tomorrow. The right approach to easing into or getting into cold showers is you get in the shower, you turn on warm water first, and then you ease into colder. As your body adjusts, you feel more comfortable. Eventually, you will realize that you could turn it all the way to the coldest setting, and it's not so bad. Next thing you know, you're in an ice cold shower, and it didn't really suck. Your body just slowly adjusted. That's one way. The other way is after a workout. Let's just say you went running, right? You're sweating. It was a hot day. The moment you get home, you're still sweating. Go in the shower, turn on cold water, and that's not gonna suck because your body is hot. Like, you're sweating, you feel disgusted, and especially if it's during summertime, turning on that cold water is not gonna suck because it's gonna feel good and you're gonna actually want it. But this usually happens during the summertime. If it's like winter time, I would go to the ease into the cold temperature approach and start off warm first. But anyways, cold showers has a lot of benefits. It's good for everything. Personal story: I used to have severe dandruff. There's a word for it, but I used to have terrible severe dandruff, and there's two things that I fixed it with. That is not mentioned almost anywhere on the internet. People just prescribe these medications and like shampoos and stuff, but the reality is diet is one of them, but the other one that fixed it was cold showers. Taking hot showers dries up your skin, so if you have really dry skin and you take hot showers dries up your skin. If you take hot showers, it's gonna make things worse. It's gonna open up your pores. It's gonna just dry everything out, and you're gonna just start like shedding your skin because it's so dry. So there's no reason not to take cold showers. Anyways, next one, meditation. All right, in a world where we're so stimulated by technology and all this noise in the world, it doesn't hurt to meditate. And I suck at meditating, but I am trying to get into it more often. But I think it's beneficial for everyone. Start off with 5 minutes. If you could do more, great. But I find that if you haven't been meditating at all, 5 minutes feels like an eternity. So, minimum goal 5 minutes. As with cold showers, there's a lot of benefits to meditation, but it can get culty. Don't look too much into it. Just ChatGPT, benefits of meditation, whatever it says, take it with you, and then just try it yourself. Don't go on the subreddit. Don't YouTube anything. Don't look at a channel where they have 1,000 videos of meditation and then basically their whole career is on talking about meditation. They're just gonna spout some borderline religious stuff to you. So just do it and find what you find. All right, number 3, which is the last one. Just read one entire article that you find online and just read it through. This is because if you notice, the miscellaneous section takes care of your brain. So if you look, like, all this stuff was for your body. I mean, this is also for your brain too, but this is more focused on your physical. This is your diet, what you put into your body, and then this stuff is mostly for your mental. And I think for mental, I think it's good to just read. I don't read a lot, but I find that if you read, you could just process information a little better when you do read, because you slow down and you kind of analyze what you're looking at with your eyes, and then you kind of understand how people communicate within text in a more educated way, not like a text message or Instagram or something, but actually like putting words together in an educated way. And then if you read something that you're interested in, you are able to express it yourself in a better way too, because you're consuming information that you find that you find fascinating or interesting, that someone wrote in a proper way instead of like a TikTok or something. But yeah, just read the article. But yeah, that is my 2025 Recession Warrior Fitness Challenge. It's very simple, right? It's not overwhelming, so give it a try. This is my routine as of right now, um, and I hope that it may help someone. But yeah, see you in the next video. I will be providing or filming fitness updates on my own fitness journey and physique in the coming weeks, because I am trying to cut weight if you haven't watched my previous videos. Alright.